What's going on, people? Welcome to Put Some Syrup, full stop. I am Monroe,
Vinch.
and today we're going to be doing the same thing that we do every week, ask questions, so on and so forth. I'm going to let you go first this week because I went first the last time. By the way, guys, if I sound a little bit off, I'm just recovering from illness, so I am a little bit spaced, but I'm here and I'm ready to go.
He's lying, that's just how he sounds all the time. But there was a little question I wanted to ask that was been circulating on the net a little bit. So if a man proposes to his missus and she says no, is the relationship over?
Oh, I had this conversation one time with my brother, you know.
Yeah.
Is the relationship over? I think whether a relationship is over or not is difficult because every relationship is so different. And I think, you know, we always have to take into account how long have they been together? Do they have kids together? Do they have a mortgage together? Do they have this, that, and a third? I think because my basic answer is, yeah, the relationship is over, to be honest. Because where do you go from here, innit? You're both on different spectrums, and I'm ready to get married. You're not ready to marry me. And unless you've got a really good reason that I can get down with, then I don't really see why we're continuing. We don't want the same thing. But it gets more complicated depending on the different factors of your relationship.
It's true, but from a man's point of view, like, your pride is hurt. So if you're like a very manly man that's easily in your ego, like as soon as she says no, that's it for you. Like your head's gone. My head would be gone personally. So yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I like to think positive and say it's not, but from just a general perspective, it feels like, yeah, that might be it. And again, as you said, I'm ready to get married, but you're not. What's stopping you? Sort of thing. Especially if you've been together for X amount of years, you got to think to yourself, okay, what is it you're seeing that I'm not seeing? And is there more to it than, you know, you just saying no?
This is it. I think you're right in the sense of it's a knock of your pride, but sometimes we've got to let our pride go, guys, and think like more sensible. Because I think sometimes we make our decisions based on pride, but you got to take into account things like how long have you been together and things of that nature. But it's interesting though, because I feel like on the flip side of that, if your partner is asking you, are we going to get married soon? Like a female partner is asking, are we going to get married soon? And you're not on it. Do you just continue that relationship for years, or do you think, it's time that we draw this to a close? If it's the opposite, you don't want to and she does. What are your thoughts on that?
You got to be realistic. Like if you're not ready to get married to this person, you've been together, let's say, for example, 5 years, you got to think or note down what it is that's stopping you from being ready. And if it's things that you can't look past or things that are very detrimental to you guys progressing and going forward, and you've communicated that prior and it's not working since, then you might have to just look at coast. As hard as it may sound and as difficult it may be, I think, sometimes you just got to be real with yourself.
100%. And for me, just while we're on the topic of relationships, actually, because I do find the topic of relationships quite interesting. I think where a lot of people are kind of going wrong is instead of trying to find the perfect partner, they're just looking for a relationship. And I think instead of just looking for a relationship, you should be looking for a person and you should be looking for the right person. And I think questions like this are interesting because these are the things where it's like, are you just trying to fit somebody into a box, or are you actually looking for the right person? And I think that's something we really need to be looking at more as a society. Are you just squashing people into a box? Because there's no point being in a relationship just for the sake of it. And the reason I bring that up is because if you're on two different sides of certain spectrums, where do you go from there? Sometimes you just have to think, are we right for each other or not? And then it's fine to move on. It's not a problem.
100%. Sometimes people are just scared to make that decision and make that jump because they think, maybe I can't find anyone else. This is comfortable, it works. But it's not necessarily the right thing for them to do. But sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith. And, you know, if you're walking in the eyes of God, then trust that there's a plan for you, God's plan.
Man said the eyes of God.
Whatever you think and believe it.
Man to get all religious and them things. Mad.
All of that.
Cool. Did you have any more to that question?
That was it for now.
All right. So my question is going back to it's more of a music related question. I know I said I was stepping away from that, but you know, I mix it up.
I'm not going to talk music, but
no, last episode, I didn't talk music. You did, and then I got into the convo. So it was one on, one off, one on, one off. You get me?
Now he's back.
Now I'm back. No, but my question is, cool. The national anthem. if you're talking the hardest.
Gigs better pop up in your thoughts
as an artist. Cheers. Cool. You're a producer, right? And you have put together a Talking the Hardest remix. What 3 artists are you putting on the Talking the Hardest remix? It can be literally any 3 artists alive, obviously, an active artist. Who are you?
Do you have to be UK artists?
Nope. It could be any artist.
This is hard. I wish you said UK, man. I would have married that shit down easily. But global artists, you'd have to put Drake on it for one, even though he's probably not going to be the best from a lyricist point of view, but he's going to drive the most traction. So Drizzy's one. You got to pick somebody from the UK. Who would I pick from the UK that's decent, talking the hardest? But it has to be someone that fits that, you know what I mean?
This is it.
Like, didn't Digga D and Unknown T do like a remix to... What gig song was it?
I know what you mean. They did do a remix to a gigs tune still.
And as dope as DR, it didn't hit as hard as it was back then because that was just a different flavour. But it has to be someone that fits that ilk. It would have to be is it Gunna? Who did he do the tune with? If I'm just living my life, you can hear it if you want.
Oh, Dubs.
I'd have to bring man back still. That'd be cold. And even though that's just a wild card still.
That tune is so hard. Cold. Live on my life, you can hate if you want. I'll be sitting outside with the oven bits on and the fire in my palms, scuffing his lungs, I'm firing the arm and I'm gone. Oh, anyway, so you distracted me because that's such a big tune. Anyway, carry on.
So as a wild card, I have to throw man in. You have to throw someone that's from the streets and that understands that kind of thing. But obviously, you need the commercial element. And then the last person, just talking the hardest. Geeks better pop on your thoughts tonight.
Jeez, man's picked bare light skin, man.
No racism intended. Who'd the last one be?
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so many good artists.
It's loads. And it's hard. By the way, guys, when we ask these questions, we don't prep them in so we have to literally think on the spot. And sometimes your answers, you got to be fly with it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Huss, even though I don't think he will suit that kind of song. I think for artists that can pull it off, I think he's one that would. So, who was it? Drake, J. Huss and Dubs. What a combination.
That's the maddest.
Randomest track.
But that track all over the place.
Come like Man United's front line.
That tune is so all over the place. I can't even imagine it. It could be a
masterpiece, you never know.
It could be.
Coming store soon.
That's random.
You picking?
But obviously my list is prepared though, so I had a bit more time to think because it's my question. But I'd pick Ambush.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like energetically, Ambush would smash a Talking the Hardest. You get what I'm saying? Like a jumpy type. Do you know what I'm saying? Talking the Hardest.
Yeah.
What up on Busman's face or the fastest?
What up all day?
Yeah, I'm on the remix. Get man's jaw, get a refix. You get me? Like Ambush is cold. I think he would be harder Talking the Hardest. That's and then choice. Yes, I'd have Ambush. And then I would have somebody who we've talked about way too much, so we have to take a break. But I'd have Gets. Because I feel like the energy, it would be different type of energy, but it would still keep the energy up.
Yeah. If you're talking the hardest, gigs like pop on your
hardest. Jeez. So I'd have Gets. But yeah, I think just that, and then you've got I think that would match. And then just to take it international, I'd actually put Burna Boy on there.
Okay.
I feel like it would add a different flavour, but he's connected enough to the UK that I think he can match it. And you see, Burna, I ain't heard him on a sound that he's not managed to fit yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even when he touched the dancehall thing, he's versatile still.
The dancehall thing. He's got a tune with Lily Allen. That's so hard, bro. Like, he just can just do anything.
Trust me. Now, those are the choices. Now, you in the comments, whose team would win?
Who would, in the comments, that's a good one. I've got to post this whole thing. Who had the better team? Who are we going for?
Who do you think is going to have the most views? Hashtag just saying.
No, but the most views is not fair. Because I'm going with who's got the better tune. Who's got the better remix? Because you put Drake on a song, it's going to have the most views. That's not like...
cheat code.
Yeah, that's just a cheat code. That's not a fair question. Like, it doesn't matter who you put on the tune. If it's Drake or Nicki Minaj, but your tune's going to have the most views.
It's a rap.
Who's got a better tune?
See, he's thinking tune, I'm thinking business, you know what I mean? Moolah.
That's true.
But
that's true.
We shall see.
Fair. Cool. What's your next one?
I actually like music questions. I'm going back to relationships, which is quite boring.
Yeah. No, music questions are. But the thing is, music questions are fun.
They are
fun. But yeah, sorry.
I wish I had a spare music question. But mine was, hypothetically speaking, if you were single and there was this girl that your boy was into, but you found out that she wasn't into him, but then you heard through the grapevine that she's into you, is that girl off limits?
How into her is he?
Like he's on the phone to you saying, "Oh yeah, this girl, this, that, and the other. Would you remember? Let's say Chantal, for argument's sake. Yeah, I really like her, this, that, and the other." But then you heard through the grapevine she's not feeling him, but she's feeling you.
I think, I personally, I want to go with yes, she's off limits. To be honest, I want to go with yes, she's off limits. However, I think one, you kind of need to sit down with your boy and have that conversation. I think really, if you're really friends, then you need to have that conversation. And if your boy is like, to be honest, bro, that would really hurt my feelings. No matter what you think of that, whether you respect it or you don't respect it, because a lot of men are going to say that's soft. By the end of the day, that's your friend. You should care about their feelings. I don't 100%. Care what man say about we're men and That's your friend. You should care about their feelings. So that conversation really should be had with your brethren. Everybody makes mistakes, but that's the best way of going about it. Also, if he's like in love, don't even have the conversation. It's off limits. If he's like, I'm in love with this girl, blood. Honestly, I know she doesn't want me, but I'm in love with her. It's off limits, but there's too many women out there.
Facts.
There's far too many women out there, bro. Like, why are you going for that one when there's bro, there's bare women, guys. There's actually more women than men. Like, come on, guys. Let's be sensible here. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
And you think the story would be different if it was if the roles were reversed, if it was like a female and the guy liked her friend, sort of thing? Do you think that would be slightly different? Or do you think?
As in what I think or what would happen would be different?
Both.
So I think it should be the exact same. I don't think there should be any difference there. What would happen? I guess it depends on the individuals. I think when you start generalizing, you start putting yourself in a position to get in some trouble. I do think probably on average, there would be a different reaction, but I couldn't say what that was. I'm not even 100% sure, but there probably would be. But what about you? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for me, like, even if it's a girl that, say, for example, back in the day you lips or something, and now she's looking buff and I want to chat to her. But I don't know, if I know that you already went there, I wouldn't touch. I just can't do it. Just within myself, it's just guy code. I just couldn't do it. Any girl that my brethren have had some sort of coming against with, it's not for me. So as much as I might be saying goodbye to my future wife, I can't do it. Bro code.
This is it, man. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But I mean, but the thing is, you brought up the distance of time, sorry. Like, if that time frame has been some time, that's when the conversation comes in.
Yeah.
You used to like this girl, bro. How do you feel about? Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And and then that's down to him to say how he feels, because he might be well over it. He might not care anymore.
It's true.
Like, there were girls that man has liked in the past that right now, brother, what? Like, I wouldn't care. Anyone's like, you know what I mean? Like, what?
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who these people are, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously I'm in a situation, so why would that bother me? But my point is, like, if there's been some times like that is when the conversation comes in. But sometimes even the conversation can be disrespect. So you got to read the situation as is.
And be as open as honest as possible. I think, communication is definitely a key thing. As long as you explain your side properly and just explain it in no disrespect or ill manner. So
facts.
Yeah, communication is key, ladies and gents.
Facts.
Remember.
Cool. So this will be our last question, I think. And my very last question is, it's actually a fairly complicated one to go out on. But so think of like the Avengers, the MCU Avengers, though, the movie Avengers, not the comics. You not the ones without powers either. It has to be with powers, right? You got to pick one is after you. And when I say they're after you, their personality is gone. They've somebody's put a mind spell on them and they're after you with all their heart and soul. You get me? And you got to pick one to be your bodyguard and defend you. Who are you picking?
So I've got to pick one that has to come after me and one to defend me.
One to defend you. But this is in life, because, they might defend you, get away, then they're going to find you again. And you know what I'm saying?
So I have to go through this in life all the time.
Yeah.
I'd probably pick Thor to protect me, because he's the god of thunder. And he's actually my favourite Avengers character. And who would I want after me? I wouldn't want the Hulk, because that's long. Who's this Hawkeye?
No, you can't, because he ain't got powers. That's why I said you gotta pick someone with powers. Because you're gonna pick Hawkeye or Black Widow, innit?
Yeah.
Although Hawkeye will send an arrow through your window, you know, when they concentrate. Yeah. Thor will be catching his beers and that. And arrow will be coming through the windows.
Straight to my head top.
Yeah, real assassins.
And I wouldn't say Captain America because in the last Avengers, I can't remember which one it was, but Endgame or one of them, he actually could pick up Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah.
So man is different gravy still. I'm not fucking with Captain America.
Yeah, Cap is different gravy.
It's not Black Panther. Man's got the vibranium thing. That's a wrap. That's long.
Yeah. Black Panther's whooping ass.
Oh, Scarlet Witch she's it's peak. Brother, it's impossible. Iron Man, because man is a machine, blood. He ain't really. Even though Iron Man is peak.
Does he count as having powers though? He doesn't even have powers. That's not a power. That's a disability. That's a disability.
Actually, I know Spider-Man.
You'd have Spider-Man after you.
Yeah. He's technically got powers.
And yeah, he's definitely got powers.
Thank God. Like, what about you?
Spider-Man. I reckon, yeah, Spider-Man is murking you, fam, to be honest. But that's another story, even with the protection of Thor. I think he's getting you. But I'm picking Scarlet Witch to protect me because she's on different type of smoke.
She's different.
In WandaVision, bro, she took over a whole town and everybody was brainwashed. Like, she could do the most.
Cold.
So I'm picking Scarlet Witch to protect me. Also, anyway, I was gonna say Elizabeth Olsen. she's a good Scarlet Witch. You get me? Anyway, so I'm having Scarlet Witch to protect me, and then after me, it's a good question. Still, it's a good question. I think I am actually also gonna pick Spider-Man.
This guy will fuck you up.
It's between Spider-Man, yeah, and Captain America as well, actually. Yeah. But between the two, it's too hard to pick. And like you said, Cap is a different type of guy.
Different gravy.
Did you know who I would kind of think of picking? I know this is going to sound crazy, yeah, but I would actually think about picking the Hulk because most of the time he's Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I thought that.
Do you get me? So it's only when you get, but I was thinking if he's mind brainwashed, like I said, he might
mash up man's house, man. I sleep there.
yeah. Tear down the whole neighborhood. So anyway, I'm going Spider-Man coming after me with Scarlet Witch protecting me. I think we'll be all right.
Decent. Good choices still.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
Yeah. Let us know. Thank you, guys. Come for the syrup and you stayed for the waffle. As always, if you've made it this far, this has been Put Some Syrup. I'm Monroe.
Vince.
Like, share, subscribe, save, do all the good stuff for us, please. Comment. And we're glad that you stayed till the end. Thank you very much and good night.
Good night and stay tuned. Shit, stop.